Welcome back to The Express at Luna Loca Mexican Cantina. Today's show is all about the people and places of Surrey that are special and that make it stand out, be it good food or green dreams. This city is home to the only city-run hydrogen fueling station in all of Canada.
It's hard to believe this Ford Focus costs more than a Ferrari. That's because underneath the hood is an electric motor that runs on hydrogen fuel.
It's a prototype vehicle. It was produced by Ford specifically to place on the road and determine the viability of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles.
It only takes a few minutes to fill the tank with hydrogen. The gas is then converted into electricity, which powers the motor, similar to that of a hybrid.
It's very quiet. It takes about a second for the generator to kick in.
Inside, the car drives like any other. The only difference is what comes out of it.
You essentially have water coming out of the tailpipe.
This is one of two vehicles leased by the City of Surrey, part of a program to test drive alternative fuel technologies for use among its fleet.
We found that our fleet made up for 40% of our carbon emissions. And to that end, we're looking at a number of disparate alternate fuel technologies such as hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, electric vehicles, compressed natural gas vehicles, and we're going to be piloting those over the next number of years to determine which is the most viable alternative to an internal combustion engine.
The city even opened its own hydrogen fueling station, becoming the only municipality in Canada to do so.
Increasing the infrastructure, certainly not just throughout the region, but globally, will be key to making this type of technology a reality. And of course, when we're talking about zero emissions, why wouldn't we be looking at this alternative?
The goal is to reduce Surrey's fleet emissions by 20% by 2020. Whether these vehicles will make a dent remains to be seen. But the fact this technology can be put into practice is keeping their green dreams alive. I'm Chung in Surrey for The Express.
To learn more about the City of Surrey's green initiatives, you can go to the website surrey.ca. And this is a community that doesn't just care about the environment, but also about each other, whether you're on 2 legs or 4.
Come on, everybody. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Sorry.
At the SARA Society in Surrey, they certainly have a full house.
Well, the SARA Society has been in operation as a registered charity since 1998. So we've been taking care of animals in the Lower Mainland and sometimes from outside for that long.
The majority of the animals who live here are cats, more than 50 of them, some adoptable, some not.
There are a lot of cats especially that may be turned in that are having problems, perhaps chronic health problems or behavior issues, and they just can't be adopted out, not responsibly. And so rather than have them go out and be adopted and perhaps returned, or worse yet, sent to a shelter where euthanasia is practiced, we take care of them here at the SARA Society.
There aren't just cats though. At SARA you'll find dogs and birds as well. And amazingly, everyone seems to get along.
It's a pretty nice place for them to be in that, if they can't have their own homes.
SARA is run by volunteers, some of whom do animal care or office work, and others like Meredy, who just spend time with the animals.
Holding them, talking to them. I like talking to Annabelle the parrot. It's healing. It's healing to be around the animals. Yeah, it helps me. It's very healing for me. Yeah, and relaxing.
Laura herself began volunteering 3 years ago after adopting her dog from SARA.
I thought that it was such a wonderful place. I'm getting tearful. Such a wonderful place that I just wanted to support it the best way that I could.
I'm Erin Shaw in Surrey for The Express.
The SARA Society operates their adoptions out of PetSmart at Scott Road and 72nd Avenue here in Surrey. They're also in need of volunteers, cleaning supplies, and cash for those cats. You're watching our Express Surrey special, and things are going to get a little wild for us when we come back. After the break, my La Vida Loca dessert at Luna Loca.
Wow, how's it? Bringing the enjoyment of nature, of birds, wildlife into their own backyard.
Spring suggestions from Wild Birds Unlimited. The Express. This is your local voice.
Individual tubes, so they're not non-aggressive, they're a small black bee and they're native to our area.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
Since 1971, the Nature Trust of British Columbia has been dedicated to helping conserve habitat of ecological significance. It has been said that we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. The Nature Trust of British Columbia, keeping BC beautiful.
Welcome back to the Express at Luna Loca Mexican Cantina in Surrey. Always room for dessert, but I need a lot of room for this dessert. Peter, this is huge.
Yes, it is. This is a deep fried ice cream. We put it in the deep fryer for just half a second or so.
And what does deep fried ice cream taste like? Deep fried ice cream? Wow.
How is it?
And what's the second dessert here? It's another specialty.
This is the chimi, dessert chimi. It's wrapped with tortillas, got brownies in there, nanamo, and then we put it in deep fry and serve with ice cream.
So big themes here for both of them, deep fried and delicious. I know mole sauce is known for Mexican food, but I think this is just pure chocolate. What would go good with this? Spanish coffee, except we're at a Mexican restaurant, so what would be better?
Coronas.
Coronas, nice. Cervezas, por favor. Salute. My do's and don'ts for dining here at Luna Loca Mexican Cantina in Surrey. Do come on an empty stomach, do order the deep fried ice cream, and don't hold back. And now on the Express, how about some do's and don'ts for dealing with our feathered friends from the family that runs Wild Birds Unlimited here in Surrey.
There's an avian oasis in South Surrey called Wild Birds Unlimited.
Our mandate here in the store is actually to bring people and nature together, just basically bringing the enjoyment of nature, of birds, wildlife, into their own backyard. Birds would survive without us feeding them. It's just something, if you want the enjoyment of wildlife in your backyard, this is the place to come to.
One of the most popular backyard wild birds is the chickadee.
The chickadees and a lot of your other finches really like sunflower seed. A lot of people think, well, that's such a big seed for a little bird, but they actually will crack open the shell. That is their favorite. To a lot of people, this may look like a cage, but it's actually a feeder that keeps out the squirrels and some of your larger birds.
Another feathered friend to feed is the Steller's jay, BC's provincial bird, and the 3 species of hummingbird that are native to the Lower Mainland.
But they are supposed to use the actual sun so that they hit the solar panel and they're going to move around. If it takes people away from their stressful, busy lives just for a couple seconds, then I think that's really worth it. And they don't have to drive anywhere. They can find it right in front of their window, right in front of their patio. They bring it to them. And so, you know, you're helping the birds, obviously, by feeding them, but you're also, I think, helping yourself.
And if feeding the birds isn't for you, consider putting out a bird bath.
Birds need to clean their feathers, which keeps out any parasites. And it actually, in the wintertime, even when it's freezing, if they lose the insulation of their feathers, which means they've got dirt in there, they actually get colder. So even when it's like freezing, it's a really good idea to have water out for them.
Wild Birds Unlimited helps not only the birds, but also the bees, or more specifically, the mason bees.
They nest in individual tubes, so they're not non-aggressive, they're a small black bee, and they're native to our area. And they're a great way to pollinate your backyard.
With feeders, food, and even houses, Wild Birds Unlimited has everything you could ever need to bring nature into your own backyard.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your hummingbirds.
I will. In Surrey, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
Wild Birds Unlimited is working very closely with another local organization called Birds on the Bay, and they're planning a special event for Earth Day. You can get details at the website. What else is happening in this city? Well, today we're shining our spotlight on Surrey local events. Surrey's Party for the Planet is set to be BC's largest Earth Day celebration. Head out and experience Canada's first bike-powered main stage and the first green zipline activity. Search for Easter eggs in the forest. Take a picture with the Easter Bunny and enjoy egg-themed crafts, activities, and entertainment. And don't forget to bring your basket. City Jam is a competition for all types of musicians, bands, and singers. In previous years, musicians have included some amazing pianists, soloists, rock bands, drummers, and guitarists. And as we mentioned earlier, Rossi performs every Friday night here at Luna Loca Mexican Cantina in Surrey. Now that's it for today's Express Surrey special. We're going to leave you with a look at the latest from the Surrey Art Gallery, and we'll see you next time.